As action figure collectors, we are often plagued by science. Science has a way of making toys turn yellow or packaging peel away. And I've made quite a few videos on why this happens. Well, I got a inquiry from a fantastic subscriber, James Denling, who asked specifically why brown spots sometimes appear on the back of packaging. He even sent me a sample. Well, he sent me a toy I worked on. But yeah, you can see it there. See in the top corner there? These weird brown spots here. Why does this happen? That's what he wanted to know, which is why he was nice enough to send me a sample. Let's dive in. That's what Spectra Creative is all about, is answering these kind of toy questions for you, the viewer. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here on Spectra Creative. It is a pleasure to have you here. It is always wonderful when you give up some of your day to join us. We make videos on toys, video games. Sometimes we talk about history and, all sorts of fun pop culture stuff. Today, we are talking about the science behind packaging damage. So, as I noted in the intro, subscriber James Dedling, who has a fantastic eBay store. Link in the description below. Thank you so much, James. I'm always glad to have any subscriber who has a great suggestion like this and goes above and beyond by sending me a sample. Definitely gets a shout out. All right, so what James wanted to know, and I think a lot of people, is why toys get these weird brown stains on the back of the package, right? Yeah, it's anytime we have a toy and time, if you will, eats away at it, it's definitely annoying because a lot of these toys are, in a way, irreplaceable. I mean, yeah, you've always got eBay, but no one wants to pay again for a toy you already own just because time and science had their way with it. So let's jump in and talk about exactly why this happens. All right, so the science behind rust-like stains is iron exposure. All right, so what is this? Iron, chemical, you can see my chemical chart up there, chemical Fe, well, in many parts of the world, in tap water and even what's considered ambient dust, contain trace amounts of iron. Now, this can be dissolved in hard water. It can particulate iron in dust or dirt, and residual, there we go, I can talk, residual iron from oxidized metal shelving or containers. So basically, if you have metal containers or shelves where you keep your toys, iron can be essentially absorbed into or let go into the air. So when moisture is present, the iron that gets let out into the air by everything from water to metal shelving oxidizes, all right? So when moisture is present and iron is present in the air, the iron oxidizes. So this is when iron particles come into contact with oxygen and water, right? O2 and H2O. I'm trying to point to my my periodic table behind me. It's a table, I only use it periodically. So you basically get a chemical reaction, which looks like this. Yeah, I can't read that either. But this forms iron hydroxide, which then dehydrates to become iron oxide, commonly known as rust. So basically, what's happening to your package is it is rusting. And you'll be like, how in the world does paper rust? Well, the iron hydroxide, which dehydrates to become iron oxide, the porous materials like cardboard absorb this. Action figure blisters are made of pulp-based cardboard, which is highly, highly absorbent. It contains organic material like pulp that can bind to metal ions. The trapped iron oxide particles, I'm not a scientist, but I'm trying here, they trap the oxide particles inside of the fibers of the packaging, which causes reddish-brown stains, even in sealed packaging. Because most blister packs are not hermetically sealed. They allow gas and moisture to exchange and enter. If stored in a damp or iron-rich environment, like basements with rusty shelving or near concrete walls, cardboard absorbs the moisture and the trace iron. Over time, this leads to localized oxidation, rust-like stains that seem to bloom from the inside of the cardboard itself. All right, so additional things that accelerate this: pH imbalance in the cardboard or glue can catalyze oxidation. Heat and humidity speed up oxidation incredibly, and pigment migration, meaning color fading. Plastic packaging traps what are called microclimates, concentrating moisture and worsening long-term effects. All right, so in toy context, this is a classic example of environmental oxidation combined with material vulnerability. This is the key takeaway. Even if your figure is sealed, if the environment isn't controlled, the materials will react. So what can we do about this as toy collectors? Well, essentially, you'll want to store your product, well, in a temperature-controlled environment, in attics and garages where there is high fluctuations in temperature. Heat, cold, like we have here in North Carolina. It gets very hot in summer, very cold in the winter. So that, combined with any proximity to metal shelving or even just water and concrete, which expels iron molecules, that combines with the pulp to create these rust-like stains that we are seeing. Can you get rid of them? Not really. Cardboard absorbs moisture permanently, so staining alters the fibers. Attempting to clean it can worsen the appearance, damage the ink, and can compromise collector value. So, unfortunately, when something like this happens, there really isn't a reverse the way we have with yellowing plastic, where you can use sunlight and chemicals to reverse it. I'll link to that video here. But that's what you're seeing. So essentially, yes, our paper toys have rust damage, is what you're seeing. The bottom line is it's iron particles that are infiltrating the cardboard in a either very hot or very cold environment. So there you go. That's the answer. Our toys are getting rusted, which is crazy. But yes, the cardboard is absorbing iron and water, leading to a permanent rust stain. Well, again, James, thank you so much for sending the sample to share with everyone here. It's always appreciated. Link to his eBay store below. And thank you for supporting this channel. Of course, the best way to do that is to share these videos. And I also have a great book available on Amazon, The Time of Clive. Remember from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, when he mentions, I'm interested in, something earlier, before the time of Clive. It's from the dinner scene, with the monkey brains. So if you were ever curious what the time of Clive was in the amazing, exciting, unbelievable battle of Plassey in India, elephants and red coats, it's amazing. Check it out. It's on Amazon now. Thank you for supporting, and I will see you guys in the next video.